How you guys doing? NoFap Day 8 of 9. We got the bust some nuts in about 8.5 days. You guys know I haven't been busting any nuts. Yeah, you guys. Today was a pretty decent day. I worked today. Pretty okay day. Pretty okay day. I can't complain about much. I just want to talk about real quick about like who NoFap is really for. I know some people are gonna be like, "Well, it's for everybody." Honestly, it is for everybody. But I just want to talk about who is it really for? Who will it really help? I know some people will discover NoFap, and some people will discover NoFap and they've never had a problem with porn. They may have never had a problem with porn in their whole life. They may have never had a masturbation problem their whole life. But they see it, but they may not be the most confident. They look for that extra little boost of confidence or whatever. And they see NoFap and they see the success stories and everything. When they see all the success stories and they feel like, well, it's NoFap gonna maybe make me a superhuman. So they do NoFap, and then you see a lot of people say, well, it didn't work for me. NoFap doesn't work for me. It's not working for me. And then, that's another addictive point. You may casually watch porn, but like, were you really like addicted to porn? Like, did you start watching porn at 12 years old and just fapping every day, multiple times a day for like years before you finally decided to stop? Like, were you really addicted to porn? That's the question I would ask. You have to ask like people like if you do heroin 2 times and that's it, and then you try to quit and then you quit. Well, I mean, you obviously if you well, say you've been addicted to heroin for like a month, a month. You may have did heroin like maybe like 2-3 times a week, and you be trying to stop, but you was able to stop quickly. Your addiction, you quitting is not going to be as hard as somebody who's been doing it for years, because like it's about the brain, how long you've been doing it in the brain, the pathways that you created. So when people, you see some people say, "Well, NoFap didn't work for me." Well, I would ask, well, how long were you addicted to porn, and how much porn did you watch? How much disgusting, how much hardcore porn did you watch? Because all that plays a factor. If you haven't been addicted to porn that long, you just you may watch it casually, but you discover NoFap, and some people say I want to do it as a challenge, or I want to do it to get more energy, more confidence. Well, doing it that way, you're not gonna. First of all, you're not gonna be that motivated. And second of all, you may better go a long street because you're not really addicted to porn. But the problem is you're not gonna. You may not see the quote unquote benefits that other people talk about, because you have to ask yourself, am I addicted to porn? Like, if I go like a day or two without watching porn, how would I feel? That's what your question you have to ask. But NoFap will work for people who've been addicted to porn, who you see people all the time talking about how they used to be a certain way, but they discover porn. I seen a couple people recently talking about how, like, in middle school, like they were pretty popular, or they were confident or whatever. They didn't have any anxiety like in middle school, but when they discovered porn, that shit, it was like a nosedive. I think we all like felt that way. Like we were never really like anxious of much. We were like 12, so like 11, 12. But then we discovered porn, and the more nuts you bust, especially off some weird stuff. Like you watch that weird porn, me like 12, 13. You go to school, you start feeling like, damn, that shit, I feel awkward. Like then as the time goes by, you've been busting nuts for a whole semester, a whole year. Then your porn taste increase. Then you become even more socially isolated. I also started talking to my guy. I think it was Cool Guy. I forgot the guy's name. That linked the I forgot who it was. Who linked the video about the guy of I think it was called how NoFap cured my social anxiety. It definitely makes sense. And I watched some in the comments. People were saying like, well, how long did it take for it to cure your anxiety? Like, I think a lot of people are looking for like a shortcut to things, so they want they want to, like, well, if I do NoFap, how many days did you go before your anxiety just completely disappeared? People, ask those kind of questions, and honestly, you have to be with yourself. I think a lot of people are afraid of the word action. So when you tell people like, well, yeah, NoFap can help you with your confidence, but you gotta have to take action as well. I think people kind of get scared of that, so they just kind of look at it as, well, if I just go on like 60 days of NoFap, if I go on 90 days of NoFap, I'm just gonna magically just be confident, and then at 90 days, I'm gonna be able to go out and just talk to a bunch of girls and just be a confident person. Whatever favorite TV show you watch, the confident dude on your favorite TV show. Like, I've been watching a lot of Power lately, and Ghost is a pretty confident dude. I'm not gonna lie, watching a lot of Power, watching how he interacts with people, like the mannerisms. I'm like, yeah, you kind of when you watch something for a long time, you kind of take on the personality. It's like, yeah, you see when you watch a confident male in his traits, you kind of get that, you kind of get the, like that, you kind of take on some of the traits, and when you watch somebody like when you watch a confident man, like how he walks, his mannerisms like that, you start to take you take a little notes from what they do in their body language, and you apply it to your own life, especially if you're not that confident. So, but it's all about action. So I think a lot of people say, well, they may be anxious to watch that terribly anxious in their life, and they see NoFap. Well, this is the key, which is it's gonna help, but we're gonna have to take action. So NoFap will help against people who've been addicted to porn for years, whose porn tastes have changed, you've been doing it for years, and whenever you try to quit, you realize how hard it is to quit, and like your brain just goes like, it's like when we all been with our first time, like our first day, like trying to quit, and like how hard it's like, damn, this is hard, but and you see a lot of times people say, well, I discovered porn when I was 12, and then 10 years later, I've been reading some of these stories, like, then 10 years later, they still addicted to porn, like 22, 23, and they try quitting it's hard. Those are the people that's who NoFap really is gonna, like, how it's really gonna completely, like, kind of, like, change your life in a good way, because you literally, if your whole entire brain, I've seen a video, like, well, like, how porn affects your brain, like, how it can really destroy your brain. If you've been watching porn for like 10 plus years, and then hardcore porn, as your taste increase, some people just fat watching gay dudes, like fat watching gay porn. Some people watch that transsexual porn. Whatever was suiting your fancy when you just beat down the porn. Some people was watching that, and I think that I definitely think that if you've never been interested in tranny porn or gay porn, and you just start watching it after like 10 plus years of watching porn, that's obviously a perk of your addiction. Now then you try to quit. That's then and obviously 10 plus years of porn addiction and what it's done to your brain, and how it kind of affects your cognitive functions and all that stuff you talk about. That's who really should be doing NoFap, because yes, I'm included. Now, I'm not saying I watch any gay or transsexual porn on accident, on purpose. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, that's what NoFap really helps people who've really been like addicted to a porn, and then it's really affected their brains. And because my short-term memory is fucking horrible. I'm not saying it's 100% porn, but it's just fucking horrible. But some people see NoFap as a hobby, because they're not really addicted to porn. They just heard about NoFap and the confidence and the benefits, and they want to try it. Let me try NoFap. But how many people were like really, really addicted to porn, and then they're trying to quit? Those are the people who you're gonna see. Those are the people who you see the benefit story from. You can't tell me that somebody who's never really been addicted to porn like that discovered NoFap and their life just completely changed, like just a complete 560 from what it was currently. Because the whole point of NoFap is to quit porn and the masturbation addiction. And when you realize how important your seed is, and you've been busting all these nuts a day for years, and he quit, that is what it is. That's what NoFap is really gonna have a more profound effect on, rather than somebody who maybe just doing it as a hobby. You're not going to get the same benefits as somebody who's been, addicted to porn for years, and then trying to quit their addiction, because your brain will try to find different ways to get their addiction. That's why fantasizing, and that's what I think anyway. Like, as you get longer and longer in your streak, I think fantasizing becomes like, that's why, like, in my case anyway, like, when I'm maybe like laying down, you start fantasizing about like girls or whatever, you get that huge shit dopamine, because like, and then you have been watching porn for like 45 days. And your brain can try to find ways to get that high back, that dopamine back. Like my guy Newbreed says, he says that's why like like the higher you go in NoFap, you want to eat like more sugary foods because you holding that dopamine, that all that dopamine back from your brain. So we're trying to find different ways to get that dopamine rush, different unhealthy ways. So you have to be smart and know what it is. But let me know what you guys think about that. Who does NoFap really work for? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You guys be easy, and as always, don't relapse.